Chapter 53, Little Radish. Pure text online reading site. Domain name mobile phone synchronous reading. Please visit. Above the white cloud flying boat. After half a month of speeding, the flying boat had arrived at the border of Yingzhou, the edge of the war. Hall Master, we should be almost at the battlefield. I heard that Wang Fu Chaoji even moved the capital to the border for the sake of the war. Fighting with King Liu Yang's army at the border, Mu Chunfeng said as he looked into the distance. Over there, I heard it. There's a big battle over there. It seems to be so fierce. A side of Gu Chen immediately opened his mouth and shouted, "Oh, go that way." Long Wanqing instructed the few people driving the flying boat. Not far away, Gu Hai was sitting in front of a bookcase on the deck with a large amount of information in front of him. Who? Gu Hai put down the volume of books in his hands. Gu Hai, you're really something. So much information. You actually finished reading it all. Mu Chunfeng looked at Gu Hai blankly. Gu Hai faintly smiled bitterly and said, "This is the information of all the divine foothills imperial dynasties searched for some days ago. There's no way to not read it. It needs to be understood a little bit. Although this information, 99% of it is useless." On the side, Master Liu Nian laughed. Mergu's success is not only wisdom, but also this effort. See anything? Long Wanqing said curiously. Gu Hai nodded and said, "According to this information, Divine Foothills Dynasty has always been very close to Great Jin Dynasty. Even the people of Divine Foothills Dynasty were extremely keen on Great Jin Dynasty in the past." Oh, Master Liu Nian revealed a hint of surprise. The people all yearn for the Great Jin Dynasty. How can this be? Isn't it true that a country's king, who advertises to the people, excludes other countries and allows his country to remain independent? Long Wanqing curiously said. This Wang Fu Chaoji didn't do that. It is indeed very pro-Great Jin. And this Wang Fu Chaoji doesn't look like a monarch at all. Gu Hai frowned. Oh, what do you mean? Long Wanqing said doubtfully. This Wang Fu Chaoji is a very sentimental person, can eat with the people, can have fun with the people, often visit the people in micro suits, even singing and dancing with the people and the people ***** over hunting, never invade other countries, often organize competitions to have fun with the people. Gu Hai explained. Hey, this is not something a king should do. Or Long Wanqing frowned. Yes, but it's such a monarch, but the people love him very much. As long as there are foreign invaders, the people don't need to conscript troops, and they spontaneously defend the happy nation of Divine Foothills Dynasty. So, although the people aspire to the prosperity of the Dojin Heavenly Kingdom, but there will never be anyone who will rebel against the country, because they have a very amiable monarch. Gu Hai explained. The crowd was slightly puzzled. Secondly, Wang Fu Chaoji single to this day. Gu Hai smiled bitterly. Single so far? Impossible. He's a monarch, Mu Chunfeng said in surprise. That's the truth, and he didn't hide it from his people. He said that he loves a woman, and that he opened the Divine Foothills Imperial Dynasty, not to fight for the world, but to prove himself to the woman he loves, so that he can be worthy of her. Gu Hai said with a bitter smile. Indeed, he is a man with feelings. Long Wanqing nodded blankly. This secret story, I actually didn't even know about it, and you actually analyzed it from the information. Master Liu Nian laughed bitterly. Mr. has seen Wang Fu Chaoji. Gu Hai looked towards Master Liu Nian. Grandmaster Liu Nian nodded and said, perhaps, the woman Wang Fu Chaoji wants to pursue is Long Xiaoyu. Long Wanqing was surprised. Actually, I'm also quite curious. What a magnificent woman your mother is. How many people have been so attached to her? Even Master Liu Nian has broken his hair and destroyed his love for her. Gu Hai curiously said. The flow of years. Master slightly a burst of bitter smile, shook his head, and does not explain. On the side, Mu Chunfeng shook his head and said, you don't understand. Although the old hallmaster is not the kind of woman who is the most beautiful, but She has a kind of attraction on her that attracts us. She has always been energetic and heartwarming, unfortunately. Alas. Master, do you know who my father is? Long Wanqing suddenly frowned as she looked towards Master Liu Nian. Grandmaster Liu Nian was slightly stunned, and there was a moment of silence. Grandmaster, you have refused to say before. Do you know? Long Wanqing said expectantly. Yes, Master Liu Nian. Who is that man? 2 nothings. The old hallmaster has been dead for 20 years, but he hasn't heard a word from him. We know that the old hallmaster has always had someone in her heart, but who is that person? The old master gave birth to 2 daughters for him, but where is he? Where has he gone? It's been 20 years since the old hallmaster died, and he hasn't even shown up. Mu Chunfeng also frowned. Master Liu Nian was silent for a while, and finally said, with a faint burst of bitter smile, I promised Long Xiaoyu that I wouldn't mention he's sorry. I can't say it, but I just want to know who he is. Long Wanqing said eagerly. Hallmaster, I'm sorry, maybe one day the truth will come out, but I promise Long Xiaoyu. I can break my word to anyone, but I'll never break my word to her. I promised her to take care of you. I've been following you all these years. Master Liu Nian stubbornly shook his head. Long Wanqing burst into bitterness. Ong, roar. Steeply, a loud roar came, and the flying boat abruptly and violently stopped, and the crowd's figures shook violently. But saw, in front of the flying boat, steeply more a black dragon one-eyed. Forehead has a sin pattern, but a sin dragon. What kind of person? Get back. The one-eyed black dragon suddenly let out a cold shout. In the midst of the cold shout, a huge aura was released, suppressing the faces of all the people. Fangs, Master Liu Nian's face changed as he probed his hand and waved it. Buzz. 18 Buddha beads flew out steeply, encircling the flying boat and blocking the huge aura of this sinful dragon. Oh, it's Master Liu Nian, the one-eyed black dragon said coldly. Fangs, the uncle of the Sin Dragon Ghostface, Mu Chunfeng, at Gu Hai as his face changed. Ghostface's uncle. Gu Hai was slightly stunned. Ghostface, wasn't it the greatest Sin Dragon that had been exterminated by himself not long ago in the Silver Moon Sea? This was its uncle, first-grade Hallmaster, Long Wanqing. Fangs looked at the crowd with cold eyes. Why are you blocking our way? Long Wanqing glared. This is a war zone. No trespassing in the important place of the military. If you take another step forward, don't blame me for being impolite. Roar, Fangtooth said in a cold voice. Fangtooth let out a loud roar. The sky steeply wind and clouds changed color. Rolling dark clouds shrouded. A strong killing aura rushed straight to. Ong, ong, ong. In the distance, in the sky, a dragon's roar came from the 4 directions. Obviously, not only the fangs around this place, there is also a large number of sin dragons blocking this area. If there are trespassers, they will definitely attack. Go, Long Wanqing said with glaring eyes. Shoo. The flying boat bypassed the fangs and retreated towards the back. The fangs coldly watched the flying boat leave, before they slowly dropped down and landed on top of a large mountain below, coldly gazing at the intruders in all directions. Gu Chen, you have better ears. Is there a path to spare this group of sinful dragons? Long Wanqing looked towards Gu Chen. Gu Chen's eyes steeply lit up. There is, but what? Long Wanqing was puzzled. You guys listen to me sing a song, on the line. Oh, I can show the way first. You guys fly while I sing. After singing well, give me a round of applause on the line, Gu Chen excitedly said. Good. Long Wanqing agreed without even thinking. Don't, Gu Hai immediately shouted in alarm. However, Gu Hai was ultimately too late in shouting. Long Wanqing had already agreed. Hey, what's wrong? Long Wanqing looked at Gu Hai blankly. Gu Hai's face stiffened as he looked towards Gu Chen. Master, it's the Hall Master who has promised. Don't stop it. The Hall Master has made a promise. You won't let the Hall Master go back on his word, right? Besides, a song, it's soon finished. I sing so well. If you don't like it, it doesn't mean others don't like it. Everyone has different levels of appreciation, Gu Chen exclaimed at once. What happened to Gu Hai? Long Wanqing asked again. Uvu, Master doesn't even sing to me, Gu Chen immediately said in an aggrieved manner. Sing. Gu Hai looked disgusted. Great, Gu Chen immediately laughed. While the crowd still had a puzzled look on their faces, Gu Chen immediately pointed a direction to the person piloting the flying boat. Gentlemen, listen up. The following song, Gu Chen, the god of songs, will truly dedicate a song, Little Radish, to you, Gu Chen said with an excited face. Little Radish, Long Wanqing and the others revealed a look of bewilderment. Ding 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 ding. With a wave of Gu Chen's hand, the sound of a zither automatically sounded in the void. The sound of the zither was extremely beautiful. Listening to it, Long Wanqing and Grandmaster Liu Nian nodded their heads. Worthy of being a celestial grade zither, this music was absolutely pleasing to the eyes and refreshing to the heart. The crowd slowly became intoxicated. Only Gu Hai covered his face, somewhat not daring to look at it. At this time, Gu Chen's voice rang out. I'm a little radish, tilde, oh tilde oh, big and long, tilde, oh tilde oh, anyone who wants a kiss, tilde oh. As soon as Gu Chen opened his mouth, the flying boat shook steeply. Nearly everyone suddenly felt their whole body shudder violently, as if they had been pierced through the heart by a sword, and an immediate feeling of heavenly thunder rolling through their hearts. Every time Gu Chen sang a line, the crowd felt a layer of goosebumps rising all over their body. It's not that the singing is good, but the singing is too hard to hear. Not only are the lyrics making the sky thunder roll, even the tune sung by Gu Chen is actually pentatonic. When that voice roared out, it almost killed half of the crowd. The crowd that was previously intoxicated by the sound of the zither, under the huge contrast, woke up near the same time and looked at Gu Chen with a face that was about to collapse. I'm a little carrot tilde, oh tilde oh, big and long, tilde, oh tilde oh, anyone who wants a kiss, tilde oh. The crowd was about to collapse, but Gu Chen was singing with incomparable intoxication. That intoxication squinting with flirtatious little eyes, his left hand covering his heart, his right hand waving out with deep emotion. Obviously already intoxicated and unable to extricate himself. This one is a heavenly grade zither. The crowd looked at Gu Chen with numb scalps. It wasn't a matter of it being difficult to hear, but the song completely provoked human revulsion. The crowd blocked their ears with mana, but this magic sound couldn't be blocked at all. The magic sound poured into their brains. Even if they blocked their ears, they could still hear it in general. It's too hard to hear. But just promised Gu Chen that he would listen and applaud. Long Wanqing stiffened her face and kept backing away, her head full of drowsiness. Liu Nian Master put his hands together. His bare head constantly retained cold sweat. His mouth constantly recited, Immeasurable Life Buddha, while over and over again he silently recite the Buddhist scriptures. Mu Chunfeng transported his whole body's mana to block his hearing. However, the demonic sound pouring into his brain could not be blocked at all. Gu Chen's voice. It was as if his shadowy soul was still alive. Even if more mana was used to block his ears, it was still able to rush into his ears. Pfft! Two streams of blood suddenly emerged from Mu Chunfeng's ears. However, he had used too much mana and injured his ears. The other Wood Rudder disciples, who had long ago ducked to the other end of the boat in fear, were also all terrified. The flying boat at the moment, shaking. The few people who were maneuvering the flying boat were also about to collapse. The flying boat was maneuvering if it was about to fall from mid-air at any time. I'm a little carrot tilde, oh tilde oh, big and long, tilde, oh tilde oh, anyone who wants a kiss, tilde oh. Hook Chen squinted her flirtatious little eyes, covered her heart with both hands, and sang with intoxication. Boom! Steeply, Gu Hai kicked Gu Chen down to the ground, and the singing finally stopped. The entire world finally cleared up. The intoxicated Gu Chen, who was suddenly kicked down, was bewildered. Good kick. The crowd of One Piece Hall disciples in the distance all looked at Gu Hai gratefully. Master, why did you interrupt me again? Gu Chen looked at Gu Hai with an innocent face. Look, what have you sung to them? Mu Chunfeng is bleeding from all 7 orifices, Gu Hai said with a dark face. On the side, Master Liu Nian folded his hands and muttered under his breath, heart demon, sinful sin, infinite life bood.